Today's rant is about Twilight. Now I know a lot of whoever tried to listen to my last rant about Twilight was pretty upset by the audio, and that's because this microphone was not plugged in. So it was recording with my computer's microphone, and it came out really crappy. So this time it should be better. Now, last time I discussed Twilight as a piece of literature and why it sounds like it was written by a 12-year-old, and how the characters are incredibly Mary Sue's and so on. And today I'm going to be talking about abuse. Now, I did my research and I looked up abusive relationships, and I found out a lot. And I got down all of my material, and I put it all in a list, and and under each sign of abuse, I put whatever evidence I could find from my book under the appropriate subject on that list. And now I'm on page 308 so far, and you can't see the color, but everything dark is in orange, and all of the orange is abuse. And I picked orange because, you know, it's supposed to be the color of violence or something, and so I have a ton of material. I actually have 15 pages of material regarding abusive relationships. Now, I have, Edward and Bella are in a codependent relationship. Edward is jealous, which he admits in the book. He's violent and short-tempered. He puts a lot of sexual pressure on her, such as, rubbing up against her when, it doesn't really seem appropriate. Bella gets she gets warnings from family and friends that she shouldn't be, around Edward. She constantly worries about Edward's reactions to what she says and does, and she'll say, I felt like reaching out to touch him, but I didn't think that it would be okay with him, or something like that. And Edward will shame, demean, or embarrass her, and intentionally, it seems, because he does it so often. And he'll say something like, "You look awful," and "You don't know anything," and she says his faint smile is mocking. When she says her favorite color is brown, it says he snorted, dropping his serious expression. "Brown?" he asked skeptically. So he's even skeptical of her favorite color. He calls her silly, he calls her a terrible actress, stuff like that. Just little things to, sort of, insult her, lightly. And she does feel insulted by it. He fears that he's out of control, and he goes into a rage when he feels, shameful or a loss of control, such as in, I think it was chapter 10 or something, when, chapter 13, Confessions, when he went totally nuts, because he felt that he was out of control. Emotional withholding, when he'll turn into, like, stone marble, and he'll, like, totally, block out all of his emotions. That's emotional withholding. Lack of intimacy, when he pushes her away and keeps his distance from her when she wants to, be near him. He lies and tries to avoid the truth with her. And he does power plays, which is basically showing how powerful or strong he is, to try to intimidate her, to take control of her. He will physically push her around and, drag her around. He'll force her, to come in his car, and and he'll put his arms, like, you know, around her wrists or around her body or something in an unbreakable hold, which Bella does say, and she does try to get away, and he doesn't let her. He isolates her from her other friends, and keeps her from attending school, such as, you know, he feels jealous when she's around her other friends, and he will take her home from school, even though she wants to, you know, he'll discourage her from going to class or from being in school. He'll monitor her, so, and he'll read the thoughts of the people around her, the people she's spoken to, and he'll break into her room and watch her while she sleeps, which is, you know, monitoring her. He doesn't really respect her opinion either, such as when she's saying something and then it said he was ignoring her, like page 222. You weren't listening again. I was horror struck. And recklessness is another sign of abuse, such as reckless driving, which is touched upon a lot in the book. Like I think it was Jessica who said, "How did you get home so fast?" And Bella says, "He drives like a maniac. It was terrifying." And so she says that, you know, he's a reckless driver. He tries not to accept responsibility for his own behavior, such as when he says, you know, I'm warning you now, Bella. You should be away from me. But I'm not going to try to stay away from you. That's basically dropping the responsibility on her. He violates her boundaries, such as, like, leaning too close to her, you know, getting in her space, you know, like touching her hair, or taking something from her hands or something, you know, like touching her face. He threatens and frightens her. The word threaten is actually used. I shivered at the threat in his voice. The phrase, "if looks could kill," suddenly ran into my mind. His eyes were cold. His unfriendliness intimidated me, page 64. You know, he does frighten her. And he has a sort of Jekyll Hyde personality where he'll be really nice one moment and then really mean another moment. Such as page 107, his smile vanished, ... you know, his smile vanished, and then later his smile returned. He stopped clenching his teeth in sudden fury. He's suddenly angry. He raised his face. It was serious for a moment, and then his mood shifted and he smiled, page 246. And then his face was abruptly serious, page 301. See, she does touch upon his mood swings and basically his emotional instability in the book a lot, which is definitely a sign of abuse, sign of, you know, an abusive personality.